This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time. All in one place, all on your terms. Hello there everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I want to take you along with me while I craft my recipe for Midsummer floral cookies. These are one of my favorite summer solstice recipes. They're a recipe that I shared very early on in the videos that I first started making here. And I figured it was about time for me to share this recipe again, as I have since taken that video down for how poorly it was filmed. I've grown a lot in these last 6 years, and I think that this recipe deserves some better filming. This recipe can be made very quickly, and it is just the perfect way to enjoy and celebrate the summer solstice, in my opinion. It uses fresh edible flowers. You can easily mix it up with any fresh edible flowers. It's a wonderful shareable recipe, a beautiful recipe, and something that just brings me a lot of joy this time of year. And did I mention it's quick and simple? Super quick and simple. And I have just now realized that I will have shared many cookie recipes so far this year. I think maybe this is just the year of the cookie, so hope you don't mind. I love a good butter cookie, and I think that they're just so much fun to dress up and make into something new. This recipe does follow my base butter cookie recipe, so if you know that or already do it, you are welcome to follow along and enjoy the crafting of these cookies with me. Or if you kind of know what you're doing and are just here for some inspiration, I will have the recipe in the description down below for all of you. So up to you if you want to come along for the journey of crafting these, or you can just sneak down and make them from the description. Totally understand. I will be coming back to the description myself to make these in the future. So I'm very excited to dive into making these cookies, but before I do, this video is sponsored, so let's hear a little bit more about that first. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Squarespace domains make it easy to find the best name for your business at one fair, all-inclusive price. No hidden fees or add-ons required. Every Squarespace domain comes with advanced privacy and security tools included to ensure your domain remains online and protected. Plus, Squarespace provides everything you need to bring more of your dreams to life, whether that means building a website or adding a professional email service. Squarespace also makes it easy to create members-only content for your community. Monetize your content by selling access to online courses, blogs, videos, and memberships. Start with a full customizable website and earn recurring revenue by gating your content behind a paywall. Simply set the price and choose whether to charge a one-time fee or subscription for access. You can also make smarter business decisions with Squarespace's intuitive built-in analytics tools. Review website traffic, learn where to focus engagement, and track revenue from bookings, invoices, or product sales, all from one place. So if this sounds interesting to you, go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/thegreenwitch to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring, and let's get back into it. Alrighty, welcome back. Let's dive into making these cookies. First and foremost though, we should talk about the ingredients that you will need. So for the butter cookies, you will need 1 cup of room temperature butter, 1 cup of powdered sugar, a pinch of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, a handful of edible flowers, and coarse sugar for dusting. I don't personally have any heavy whipping cream at the moment, so I will just be using milk, and that's okay. You don't really need a lot of it, it's just to help get the cookies all together. The handful of edible flowers can be any edible flower that you choose. For this recipe, I will be using pansies because I think that they are beautiful and work really well in this recipe. I also just have a ton of them growing in my yard at the moment and feel like they are perfect to enjoy. But in the past, I've used lavender and chamomile. Rose would be lovely, and truly just any edible flower. You can also use dried ones if you would prefer, but make sure you grind those down very finely if you're using them. But with that, let's jump into crafting this recipe. To start, you need a medium-sized bowl and a wooden spoon. And as this is really the simplest recipe ever, you just need to combine your ingredients. Start first by adding your butter and sugar. Combine those together really well and then add that pinch of salt. The vanilla extract. Mix again. Then add in your all-purpose flour and your heavy whipping cream. At this point, it will be mixing together in a very clumpy way, and that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Once it's all come together, depending on how warm it is, as it is summer, you may want to pop it in the fridge for a bit to cool down, make it a little bit more workable, or it might be perfect. Sometimes I find that the butter can be a little bit too soft at room temperature this time of year for it to easily be rolled out. Other times it's pretty okay, so gauge it depending on how you're feeling. Because of the summer sun, the butter is very warm, so I'm going to pop it in the fridge for a minute before I roll it out. The butter has cooled down quite a bit and now it's in a very malleable state, so it's time to roll out the dough and start finalizing the cookies. You'll want to roll your dough to about 1/3 of an inch. Once it's rolled out, it's time to cut out the cookies. You can use anything for this, a cookie cutter, the rim of a glass, a mason jar, whatever works to get some circular cookies. Make as many cookies as you can, just keep reforming that dough and rolling it out again. It is very malleable and easy to work with. Then once that's done, put the cookies onto a parchment-lined baking sheet, and I recommend popping them in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. During this time, you can preheat your oven to 350 degrees. While the cookies are in the fridge and the oven's preheating, this is a perfect time to go pick your edible flowers. Again, make sure they are 100% edible, be positive of your identification, and make sure you're harvesting from areas free of pesticides and other pollutants. Once you have your flowers, I recommend giving them a little rinse off in some water and patting them dry. Then pull out your cookies and place the flowers gently onto them. Pop them in the oven and bake them for 10 to 12 minutes. So keep an eye on them. You don't want to over bake these cookies, and sometimes it can be a lot quicker, depending a lot on your oven and how cold the cookies are when you put them in. And then pull them out and enjoy. Alrighty, it has been a few hours since I finished making these cookies. A couple of friends of mine came over right as they were coming out of the oven, and they are moving, so hung out, said goodbye, and gave as many cookies as they would possibly take. There were 4 additional cookies that immediately went to hungry mouths right after they came out of the oven. And this is what I have left after what I was able to show you guys. So they are quite a big success, I would say. Friend approved, and I would really recommend them to anyone.
And so good.
As I said before, I love baking these cookies this time of year. You can make them with any edible flour that you have. You can also make them with herbs, and they make a really lovely savory cookie that way. You could do rosemary or basil, really anything. Thyme would also be good. And beautiful. I think my favorite cookies that I've made through the years are ones that have a lot of variety of flowers and herbs. But this year, I was feeling the pansy, and I'm pretty happy with them. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed, and I think it's time to close out this video. So if you can and would like to, I'd really appreciate it if you checked out my Patreon. There I share art, herbal profiles, book recommendations, and monthly workshops. It's a ton of fun over there, and really what keeps things running over here, so if you want to help support this channel, go ahead and check it out. I also have another channel where I share more day-to-day life, more vlogs, herbalism, all of those good things, and I also wrote a book. It's all about herbal magic and will take the beginner to the intermediate. So if any of that sounds good to you, it'll all be linked in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I can't wait to see you again soon.